Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. So today we are going to discuss about nucleus. Previously we discussed what is cell, the introduction of cell and the cell membrane which is made up of protein and lipids and cell wall which is made up of cellulose. So today we are going to talk about next part of the cell which is nucleus. So this is very important thing which is present in a cell. In the absence of this, there will be no functioning of a cell. So let's discuss what is nucleus, what are the functions of nucleus, what does it contain and how it do the functions. So let's start our video. It is a cellular component. So let's see why it is called a cellular component. As we all know that nucleus is present in the cell. So as it is present in cell, it is a component of cell. So the reason that it is called as cellular component. It is a cellular component because it is present in the cell. It is a component of the cell. Next is it is centrally located. Suppose this is a cell. So in this cell, the nucleus is present always in center. So that's why it is called as centrally located in the cell. But in the case of plant cell, we discussed in our last video that it is placed aside of the cell because the vacuole is very large in plant cell, so it take more place. So that's why it is central. So that's why it is placed aside in plant cell. But in many cells, it is the nucleus is present in central, so it is centrally located. And next is it is large in size. Nucleus is the largest cell structure. It is very important point. And there are many organelles which are present in a cell like mitochondria, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, liposomes, etc. So among them all, the nucleus is very big compared to them all. So it is the largest cell structure. Here you can see the nucleus structure. There are many things present in the nucleus like chromatin, nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm, nucleolus, nuclear. We will discuss all this. So nucleus regulates and controls all the function of the cell. Nucleus is a organelle which is present in the cell. It controls all the functions. It functions as a brain. You can say as brain. It functions as a brain of for the cell. There are many there are many cell organelles which are present in nucleus. They all has a specific role, a specific functions. So when they are doing a function, all are regulating by the nucleus. The nucleus controls all the functions which other cell organelles are doing. So that's why it is also called as the brain for the cell, as it is controlling all the functions. In human, we all know that brain controls all the functions, whatever the function we do. So like that only in cell, which is microscopic, the nucleus regulates and controls and determines the characteristic of the organism. You may have doubt that how a small nucleus which is microscopic will determine the characteristic of the organism. So nucleus consists of chromatin materials. You can see here chromatin. So chromatin is nothing but entangled thread-like structure. So this entangled thread-like structure will get a specific shape when the time of cell division. During cell division, this chromatin will get a specific shape. At that time, the chromosomes will carry DNA. With the help of DNA only, the chromosomes are made. So they all DNA, the DNA carries genes. Genes are nothing but which are passing from one generation to other, from parent to their progeny, their children. So there will be some similar characteristic between the parents and the children. So this is nothing but with the help of genes. The genes will transmit from one generation to other. So by this, because of this only, that it determines the characteristic of the organism. So let's see, this nucleus is also called as cell's control room as it is controlling all the functions. So it is called as cell's control room. The jelly present in nucleus is called nucleoplasm. Inside a inside the nucleus, the jelly will be present. This jelly is nothing but um, this jelly is nothing but nucleoplasm. Prokaryotes don't have a complete nucleus and organelles. We discussed in our previous video that there are two kinds of organisms which are prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes means they don't have the complete nucleus and all the organelles, but eukaryotes have complete nucleus and organelles. After evolving, prokaryotes formed in eukaryotes. Till now, the prokaryotes are present, but eukaryotes is also present now. So eukaryotes have complete nucleus, whereas prokaryotes doesn't have. Eu means true and karyotes means nucleus. In the word eukaryotes only you can understand what is the meaning of eukaryotes. Eu means true and karyotes means nucleus. So there will be true nucleus which is complete. So inside a cell there is cytoplasm and inside the nucleus there is nucleoplasm. Previously there were, as I said, that as evolution takes place, the membrane has been came which is nuclear envelope. So previously it was absent. So cytoplasm and nucleoplasm, the fluid which is present in nucleus and the fluid which is present in cell, they were all mixed. So but now it is not like that. So that's why now we are saying that the fluid which is present in cell is nothing but cytoplasm and the fluid which is present in nucleus is nothing but nucleoplasm. But previously they both were combined and it is called as protoplasm. This is very important. Cytoplasm plus nucleoplasm is nothing but protoplasm. So let's move forward. Let's discuss about nuclear envelope. It is made up of two nuclear membranes. Nuclear envelope is the membrane which is surrounding the nucleus is two membranes. Those two membranes combinedly called as nuclear envelope, and it separates nucleus with outer environment. As this is a membrane function is to prevent outer things to get inside and inter things to exit outside. So as it is a membrane nuclear envelope, it separates nuclear with outer environment. What is the outer environment? Nothing but cytoplasm which is present in the cell, which is fluid. So it has pores on it which are called as nuclear pores. Nucleus consists of pores, small pores. Pores are nothing but holes. So that holes are called as nuclear poles. We will discuss in diagram. Allow transfer of materials between nucleoplasm and cytoplasm. These pores, these pores will help in allowing of transfer of materials between nucleoplasm and cytoplasm. So let's understand this all in our diagram. It is made up of two nuclear membranes. We studied that. Here you can see the two membranes. So let's understand that all topics in nucleus. Here is one membrane you can see, and this is another membrane. These two membranes are covering the nucleus. So this is nothing but nuclear membrane, which is also called as nuclear envelope. And there is fluid, you can see here green color pigment. It is not in green in color, but in this diagram it is shown in green color. So nucleoplasm is the fluid which is present in the nucleus, and here is the thread like entangled structure which is nothing but chromatin materials, and this is nucleolus which is present in nucleus, and this is nuclear pores. We discuss now nuclear pores. These are nuclear pores. It allows the transfer of materials. So this nuclear pore is allowing the transfer of materials between nucleoplasm and cytoplasm. In the cell, the fluid is called cytoplasm, and in the nucleus, the fluid is called nucleoplasm. So cytoplasm will transmit some information from outside, and the nucleoplasm also transfer some information from inside. So this allowing of transfer of materials or informations will be continuing by the help of these nuclear pores. So you understand nuclear envelope, that it is made up of two nuclear membranes. It separate nucleus with outer environment, as this is a membrane. So it has pores on it which are called as nuclear pores. These pores allow transfer of materials between nucleoplasm and cytoplasm. It covers the nucleus. So let's see about nucleoplasm, which is another component of nucleus. So it is covered by nuclear envelope. In the cell there is nucleus. In nucleus, the nuclear envelope is present, which is a membrane which is bounding the nucleus. Inside the nucleus there is fluid, which is nucleoplasm. So this fluid should not go out. Because of this, the nuclear envelope is covering it. So it is covered by nuclear envelope. There is no other membrane, right? So only nuclear envelope is only covering. It is in liquid form, as it is a fluid. It contains nucleolus and chromatin material. We discussed this. So let's now see about nucleolus. Nucleoplasm contain two components, which is nucleus and chromatin material. So let's see about nucleolus. It is present in one or more in numbers. It is not fixed that it should be present in one in number or two in number. There can be one or more than one. Let's see what is significance of nucleus. What is the function of nucleus? It forms ribosomes. What the ribosomes do? It will form the proteins. It synthesizes the proteins. Protein forming center is nothing but ribosomes. Proteins are formed in ribosomes, and again ribosomes are formed in nucleus. And nucleus is a component of nucleoplasm, and nucleoplasm is a component of nucleus. So don't be confused. Nucleolus form the ribosomes in which the proteins are formed. So let's see next component of nucleoplasm, which is chromatin material. Chromatin material. It is entangled mass of thread-like structures. We discussed that it is thread-like structure, right? Here you can see this thread-like structure. These are nothing but the chromatin materials which are present in the nucleus. Okay. So it is entangled mass of thread-like structures. So we saw that what is the significance of nucleolus. So let's see what is the significance of chromatin materials. What is the use of chromatin material which is present in the nucleus? So during the cell division, while the cell is dividing, chromatin materials get organized into chromosomes. So chromatin materials is not used all the time. It is only used at the time of cell division. Only one cell can't form a total organism, right? So one cell divide in two, again that two will divide into four. So slowly that division will form all the cell by dividing and comprising, it will form tissue. Again all the tissue will form an organ. Again all the organ will form organ system. Again this all organ system will form a complete individual or organism. So during cell division only the chromatin material is used. And chromatin material get organized into chromosomes. It means that a chromatin material which is entangled will get a shape. Let's discuss about chromosomes. It is thread-like structure. Previously it was in thread-like structure, okay? Previously it was in thread-like structure, but it is visible during the time of cell division. You can see the chromosomes at the time of only cell division only. Next is chromosomes contain DNA and proteins. These chromosomes contain DNA and proteins. So DNA and proteins are the components of the chromosomes. This is thread-like structure which is chromatin. But this chromatin doesn't have this chromatin material which is thread-like structure. This doesn't have a specific shape. It is entangled totally. So while the time of cell division, the chromosomes are formed from the chromatin. So nothing but the chromatin material, which is thread-like structure, get a specific shape. You can see here they got a specific shape. How neat it is looking. But here it is totally entangled. They are dividing into again. These two are dividing into another two. So this is nothing but chromosomes which are forming and getting a specific shape. DNA contains genes. What are genes? Genes are nothing but the in genes are carrying similarities which are transferred from one generation to other generation. DNA contain genes. Genes are nothing but we see that we have similarities of our parents or any other children have the similarity of their parents or their family members. So how that came, these all are because of genes. So genes are the things, these are the material which are transferred or transmitted or passed from one generation to other generation, from parent to their offsprings. So these are carrying the characteristic of the organism. Genes is very important, which are present in chromosomes. Chromosomes are found because of chromatin material at the time of cell division, and chromatin material are formed in the nucleus. So nucleus is the organelle which control and regulates all the function, as well as it also characterize the organism. So this is about the nucleus. I hope you understand this. So thank you for seeing this video.